Can you explain what healthy habits you mentioned in a high stress situation? What exactly is healthy habits?
Well, earlier on, you actually mentioned self-awareness, and I would say that is one of the most healthy habits is to really take your own temperature and understand how am I thinking, how am I feeling, and and sometimes we have to do this pretty quickly, but decide is now the best time for me to handle something. And if the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, pause. Sometimes you have to handle the thing in that moment. So then it's okay, how am I thinking? How am I feeling? And what is the best approach for me in this situation? But self awareness is a huge healthy habit that I'm a big proponent of. Another is being consistent. And so whatever is important, making sure that we're doing those things because otherwise we become a victim to everything around us unintentionally. We think the world is happening to us, our career is happening to us, and it's our career's fault that we don't feel the way we want to feel. It's really backwards. But when we become the thermostat and we're really consistent with our morning routines and we're really consistent with the way that we approach and guide our teams and we're really consistent with our wind down routines at night, those levels of commitment have a way of bleeding through into everything that we do. And in our experience, people are much more inspired by and trusting of leaders who have a good sense of personal commitment than they are to people who just tell them the right answers.
I I really like the word consistent because if you're consistent to your team, if you're up and down and they never know what they're going to get that day, then that's not good for culture. And self awareness you mentioned, I think that is extremely important in decision making because a lot of times we don't know the answer. I don't know the answer.
Right.
I need to pause on this and collect the information and hopefully figure out an answer or find people that can help me with the answer. But self-awareness that you don't have to know everything, and that's okay. Um, but let your ego and pride put it aside and realize that it's okay to not know everything.